the Kingdom of Jordan to be on the side of NATO, and we know they've also done the same when it comes to Asia. I think they're trying to come through the Philippines-China, rift that is actually there. And Africa, we already know they were speaking of a non-major NATO ally in the case of Africa. It tells you exactly, in the form of Kenya, yes. And it tells you a lot, particularly when it comes to the new grand plan, particularly when it comes to NATO. That global army, how they are seeking for it and looking for it all over. All of a sudden, NATO used to not be concerned with what is happening, particularly with Africa, with the Pacific, and the rest of the world, the global south per se. All of a sudden, they've changed their charter. They are forcing everybody else to actually give 2% of their GDP, and they've so many layers of office. Essentially, these are offices for them to actually open new doors of conflict. At the end of the day, you'll be able to actually tell that those who are angling for a world war, the third one, they would want to actually continue in that part, which is why when we began, we were speaking about how the EU is punishing Hungary for going for what is considered to be normal. At the end of the day, after a fought, you're supposed to sit down, you talk, and you resolve the conflict, and then you move on. But I think when you look at what NATO is actually doing right now, at the moment, if they could get the World War III by tomorrow, they would have actually gotten it. And the interesting thing is the choice of the country, in that I don't think that that country would actually fare very well, particularly when it comes to what they want to actually do, especially when you consider Bible prophecy. It's supposed to be as neutral as possible for them to actually house the Jewish people when they come there. And
okay,
they've actually gone there.
I just got a message from a viewer who says that maybe we need to answer them. So they're saying that President Trump, after the assassination, obviously changed his spiritual. A lot of people have been talking about it, that he became more aligned to Christ. That is very true, actually.
Sure.
Because I think there were videos that came out and said all that. And we did not say that he didn't. We said he could have just used that golden opportunity
to minister.
Oh, okay.
To minister.
It's not about Trump.
I think they think we are attacking President Trump.
No. This is not about Trump. I'm just saying to the viewer, what Yvonne is saying is that there was a window to herald, right, that name into the United States and establish that, look, it's by this name. When just imagine like Peter and John said, in the name of Jesus, rise up and walk. Now, somebody who has never walked for 40-something years walked. And everybody was running around.
And they're a
Peter
public figure.
just saw a public figure. Everybody knew that man that stays at that gate. Peter saw a window of opportunity to herald the name by which that man worked. And he just said, guys, it's not we that did it, right? Mm-hmm. There's a name by which this man now works. And just by declaring that name and said there's salvation in none other, for there's no other name given other men to. He said all that he said, 3,000 souls were won.
Yeah.
So what you were saying is, how could you take that opportunity that people were now going to... So if nothing had happened, right, the people watching RNC would have been less than the number of people watching it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that opportunity would have provided a case to herald the name while still doing your open tent
especially
political
for an
move.
influential